Things I've learned since working in professional baseball, part 4. Now, part 4 is all about collaboration. And since working in professional baseball, I've learned that a collaborative environment is the best environment for getting the most out of a player. Now, here's what I mean by this. So as you guys know, professional baseball teams invest a ton of money into the players that they draft, they sign, and they trade for. And because they invest such large amounts of money into these players, they expect, obviously, to get the most out of these players. So they assemble this team of coaches, of coordinators, of directors, they establish this player development team to help get the most out of these players. And it is incredibly collaborative, right? You've heard me say in a couple other videos that I come from the facility world where I just ran folded fast pitch. I gave lessons. I gave a bunch of camps and clinics. And a lot of my interaction with the player was just me and just the player or their parents. But it wasn't me and their high school coach or me and their travel ball coach or someone else that was a part of their player development team, right? Every player has a player development team. And we cannot be so silly to think that we're the only voice that they're going to hear. And as a young coach, I used to do that. I used to think that I was the only voice that they heard because I thought I was the smartest person that they knew. And that's not the case. You're never the smartest person. You're never the only person. So our ability to collaborate with everybody in that player development, every person in that player's development team, our ability to collaborate with them is huge. And that's what's going to get the most out of a player. See, in professional baseball, we have a system of checks and balances. We have a very corporate-like structure where it's a tree, right? You have your person up here that's making the decisions, and then you have it filtering down into basically the hitting coaches down here. And when we have something that maybe we want to try with a player or maybe a suggestion with a player, we have to run it by 2 or 3 people to make sure that everybody's on the same page so that we can deliver it to the player and get the best for that player. And that is something that I wish I would have done as a young coach. And if you're somebody who is in a cage with players or is really just doing camps and clinics, I encourage you to collaborate with their coaches to find out the best way to coach that player. Because those coaches are going to see something different than you see in that cage, right? Those coaches are going to say to you, yes, I understand this player's working on this, but I need them to do this for my team. And that will help you structure your lesson time or your clinic time with that player to help make them better where it counts, which is on the field. So if you're not someone who likes collaborating with other coaches, or you're not someone who makes it a part of your practice to collaborate with other coaches, I highly encourage you to start, because that's how you learn. When you get differences of opinion, when you have people tell you no, you have to find another way, or you have to find a better way. And that makes everybody better, especially the player. So get used to collaborating with other coaches, because since I've been doing it, my knowledge as a coach has just exploded. It's exploded because where I used to think I was the smartest person in the room, I am now far from the smartest coach in the room. I'm surrounded by people who have been in professional baseball for decades. For decades. They have seen people go from 18-year-old draftees to 10-year big league veterans, and they've watched that entire career. And I'm over here just trying to hop in and make a difference in the short amount of time that I've been here. So collaborate, talk to people, ask questions, allow differences in opinion. It's good for you, and more importantly, it's good for the athlete.